streaming game.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, the streaming game's a tough game. YouTube game's a tough game. I try to mix it up with the Twitch and the YouTube, try to get everything together. And we got mystery boxes coming out today. Oh, man.
Ooh.
Pumped. Let's get pumped. Woo, 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 woo.
Oh,
what's going on, YouTube? Welcome to Life of Cletus. Today we are back with another Toy Wars episode 7. I thought I was going to pass today. I really did. You know, I wasn't feeling the greatest, but I'm feeling better. We got our boy Marvel at My Toys, Larkin, and then we got the Gastlecast as our guests. We got Heather and Chris. They have a YouTube channel. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get into all the news for the week. And even though last week was a little, you know, it was a little sad, this week they brought some flocking heat, yo. Larkin was sending me some links. Gastlecast is into it. Let's get into it right now. All right, so we got ourselves Marvel at My Toys again, my co-host, my main man, and then we got the Gastlecast, Heather and Chris. They got a YouTube channel based off of originally Funko Pops. Then they kind of moved into the 1/6 scale stuff. And to me, the star of the show is Heather. Like, she is the star of the show.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. She makes me want to bring my girlfriend in. Because you can see her reaction of me unboxing something that costs a ridiculous amount of money that you really know we're not supposed to spend money on, right?
Right.
Recently, these guys posted a video on their Red Skull Sideshow scale fig.
Dude.
And it was, they added some upgrades to it, right? They added some upgrades. And in that video, you know, Heather basically was like, yo, I spent like $30 on, you know, this leather jacket, while Chris is over there spending $60, $45 on one for 1/6 scale thing. It's a rough game, because I'm the same way. You know, I'll buy, you know, all them Jordan shoes, the 1/6 scale shoes, but I bought myself some new Under Armours, and I'm like, you know, $60. I don't know if you can handle that. So it's a tough one. So tell us about your channel, a little introduction real quick, and then we'll get more into it at the end.
So our channel is really focused around the community. So we do a lot of different toys. Of course, we've gotten into Tiny Ghost and Abominable Toys, Chomp, which is like our favorite right now. Funko Pops, 1/6 scale stuff. I'm loving Hot Toys as everybody else is, but you mentioned the Red Skull figure. I'm loving Sideshow figures right now. I have the Captain America, the Ghost Rider, and now Red Skull, and I'm looking into Magneto. I really, really like those figures a lot. In fact, the interesting thing about Sideshow versus Hot Toys, in my opinion, I don't feel like I'm going to break a Sideshow figure, whereas with some of the Hot Toys figures, I feel like I'm really going to mess them up. So that's sort of why I'm really liking the Sideshow figures a little bit more. I don't know if you guys agree with that or not. When I'm pulling Hot Toys figures out of the box, some of the parts, I don't know how it is for you guys, but some of the parts feel, I don't know. Like, I feel like, especially with the Winter Soldier Hot Toy, I feel like I'm going to snap like parts of his guns off or something. There's something about those figures that just really freak me out. Sideshow figures, I feel like I could throw it in the yard and pick it back up, and it would be all in one piece and it would be completely fine. But anyway, our channel, we're focused on the community. We do a lot of interview stuff lately, and we love doing interview stuff. And Cletus actually came on with us one time, and we had a great time together.
Thank you. Yeah, the Sideshow game is a little different than a Hot Toy game. I just think the prices for the Sideshow just doesn't add up in some of them. But I don't know if you've seen the new Cyclops that they slowly announced. That's a new one coming out. So they got a little X-Men thing going on.
Yeah, that Magneto figure is awesome. I have the Magneto, and I have both Red Skull and Magneto is definitely worth grabbing.
There you go.
Absolutely. That's one that's definitely on my list. And I really like that there was 2 different versions of Wolverine, but I like the one with like the angry face. Oh yeah, that one. So I really like the brown, I guess the brown and yellow suit one. I really like that figure, and I've been looking for that one as well. So Cletus, you don't think that they're as they're not best bang for the buck? Is that what you're saying?
For me, no. Because when I spend $250 on a hot toy figure, I get the box. I get well packaged item. When I got the Sideshow opening up, I go, this is not experience. This isn't the $250 that I got when I bought the other figure.
Right.
What the heck is this? It was shipped in $10 shipping thing. I said, okay, like that box, if you told somebody, just throw it out. When you get a hot toy box, you're like, oh, I got to put this on display. Come on, folks. So at least debate it in your head if you're going to put it on display or not. I don't like the bodies, too, for them. And they don't have a license that I would really go after. If they brought back the clones, I probably would go after that. But besides that, I'm not into it. I have the Wolverine. I'm not. If you guys want it, maybe you guys buy it from me. I don't know. That's up to you.
Have that discussion.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I will say though that Hot Toys definitely come with better accessories. They have a plethora of accessories that you can, like especially like the Scarlet Spider. He comes with the coffee and the donut and the pizza box and the pizza, and then of course Captain America comes with a shield and a couple of hands. So there is like a big difference there. But I think also in value there's a little difference as well. I know that the Captain America was like $220. I think I paid for him versus Scarlet Spider, which was nearly $300. A little bit different.
Yeah.
I got to go with Cletus on this one. Generally, I say Hot Toys is going to take your cake, but depending on the property, like Sideshow putting out these X-Men figures. I'm a huge X-Men mark, so the Wolverine, I grabbed that. The Cyclops, I'm probably going to grab that. Magneto's right here on my shelf. So for me, if they're making X-Men figures, even at $200, I'm probably going to buy them. I do think they're more of like a 125, 150 figure, but what it is.
Yeah, the Red Skull figure blew my socks off.
Did you guys get the exclusive with the extra head sculpt or just the regular?
The regular one, because the extra head sculpt I mentioned in the video that we put out, he looks similar to like a gorilla for some reason in that head sculpt, and I didn't like it. What I was really going for was they had a Sideshow. It released like a statue, and it was Red Skull in like a long trench coat jacket with like a Nazi like hat on.
Yeah, good gun.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
And I really like that look. So my idea was I'm going to buy the figure and then I'm going to find stuff to go along with him to resemble that particular statue. And that's exactly what I did. And it came out better than expected, as I guess I could say.
Nice.
Well, I think you could throw on to get Heather a little bit more upset. You could buy it, maybe a little special base, maybe a little nice little space, like a nice base on there, little rocks or something, stand nice and tall.
We could do that, but I'm also very crafty, so I could try to save him a couple $100 because Chris likes to buy top of the line crap, and just find some rocks in the backyard and make.
Well, that's the only way to go. I mean, if you're gonna buy this stuff, you want to buy stuff that's good. I don't want to put a jacket on Red Skull. Like I bought a real leather jacket. If I bought like a leather,
I don't even buy real jackets, leather jackets for myself.
I'm just saying, I just don't want it to like fall apart because like Hot Toys figures, as an example, their pleather wear seems to crinkle and rip, and like my Winter Soldiers that were all ripped up. So I want it to be good stuff. I want it to look good and also last long.
You live the experience. My same problem. My Winter Soldier, I bought it off some dude. I got it in, it was fine, and then I guess there was a little bit of something wrong with it. If I took out my Winter Soldier right now, he's just all in parts.
Yep.
I parted it out. I'm going to part it out and probably make like $300-400 on the parting out part, but it's very hard and depressing and so delicate that one particular figure. So I can see if you spent that kind of money, which you guys did, because you guys had the same kind of issue, to where you do not want to do that again. And you live and learn, and it makes perfect sense to me because I've seen that already happen too. So
you get some leather wipes. Get those leather wipes, and you just keep that figure nice and clean, and that leather nice and soft, and generally it won't crack on you.
Yeah.
But if you buy it used, it is what it is. Or if it's stored away, it is what it is, and that's it. And I learned my lesson on that one. And I was and the worst part about that, same thing for Chris, the most anticipated Grail figure that you wanted to go out there, purchase for yourself. You got yours for your wedding, right? I got mine. I was like, oh, yes. And I was like, yo, this is so fragile. The pieces fall off of it.
Yeah. What's your Grail figure you're talking about?
This is the Winter Soldier
Winter
from.
Okay.
Yeah, just straight up Winter Soldier. But now, what's Heather's? What's Heather's role on the channel? Like, what is Heather's part? What does she collect? What is she into? Why does she deal with your shit?
Well,
I ask myself that same question every day.
I said yes, and now we're in a legally binded contract till death do us part. So that's why I deal with his shit. But I also do collect some things. I don't really care what it is as long as it's something that I like. So I have Funko, I have a Freddy Krueger Sideshow figure, and I have the new Pennywise. Is that a Hot Toy or Sideshow?
The Hot Toys Pennywise. We
the
have it
Hot
on order.
Toys Pennywise is coming in whenever that comes
2021, unfortunately.
I have horror cos babies,
Harry Potter stuff.
Harry Potter stuff,
Breaking
Whoa.
Bad.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Yeah, Funko Pops or anything else that catches my eye.
I got you. My girlfriend's the same way. When I get to take it to a con or an event, she looks at every booth. While I'm just like, no. I look up, like I stare up, like the most expensive Funko Pops or whatever it is. I just want to look at them. Or I want to look at the Hot Toys, and that's it. But when she's there, she's going looking for some cool little statues, little things like that. So I totally get it. The one thing that sucks, I got to say to you, Chris, though, sometimes, they don't want to do the videos. So I learned not to have them in the videos unless they really, 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 really want to. And I'm just like, all right, if you don't want it, you don't want it. So some days you want it off, take off. But you guys also have a pretty good setup because I've seen you guys run like 3-4 cameras. I said, how do you get another camera over there? Another camera over here. Cameras in all angles. I'm like, is it really worth putting up that one camera? Like, I'm like, how does he do it? Like, how many cameras you guys run up over there by your table?
So at one point in time, we just ran three webcams, and we sat actually right here. And then we've upgraded. We started using our phones, and then when I started to realize that it didn't look as clear as I wanted it to be, I ended up buying a Sony A6-100, and I love this camera, and we've been using that a lot now. But we also use our cell phones. One, it's like kind of the up close one to see the product very close, and then one kind of off to the side. The reason why I like to have multiple camera angles is because I talk, and I don't mean to, but most of the time I talk so fast and I have so much data I'm throwing out, and I get really excitable that it doesn't make a lot of sense. So it allows me to cut things up. It's really just for me because I'm a big dumbass, but I'm able to cut things up and paste it together and make it sound proper.
Yeah, without looking at someone head on and they're right here, but then all of a sudden they're over here.
Right.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look all crazy.
It doesn't look exaggerated.
Yeah.
I also like the fact that it gives a little change for the viewer. So the viewer isn't looking at you, head on the entire video, because sometimes that can get boring. I always do things based off of how I feel and how would I watch it? Would I personally be into it? And if I'm personally not into it, I won't record it, and I won't put it out there. Especially, we've recorded many videos where I just completely canceled them out because I'm like, I wouldn't even watch this shit. So I'm not going to even post it up. What's the point?
Gotcha on that. Definitely understand that. So let's get into the pickups we got that got delivered this week. You guys getting deliveries this week? Start out you with the Gastlecast.
Yes. So I got what did I get? I got Taskmaster, the Marvel Legends figure. A buddy of mine found it out in the wild. I refuse to go out right now, but he found it and he's like, "Hey man, I'll send it to you." And I got it this week, so I was really excited about that. Really, really cool figure. I dig this one a lot.
Do you have more Marvel Legends, or is that your first one?
I have several. I did have Red Hulk, but I gave it up for our 2K giveaway that we just did. I have like a War Machine from Infinity War. I have all the Thanos figures you can get from Marvel Legends. I also like some Marvel Select, so I have a couple of those too.
Special taste. What about you, Marvel?
Nothing. I got my Jordan figure in. That's it. I'm having a rough go at it. I'm waiting for my Baron Bins from Mezco. That's gonna be my next big one.
Yeah, they're supposed to ship out in the May, June.
Yeah, coming up.
Man, slow week. I got a bunch of stuff from viewers sending me crazy Marvel Legend. Like, you get into the Marvel Legend community, people just want to help you fill that collection, which is great because these are $20 figs. So I got from everybody just sending me so much stuff. So I got that, and then my Gomez is arrived, so I'm pretty pumped with that.
Which one did you end up getting?
Which one?
Did you get Street Gomez and which one?
Street and Loan.
Nice. Those are
I
good
still
ones.
got one more to come. I think I might just do like one crazy big video because I got the agent as well. So I got those 3 coming. Like I gotta get that one coming in, but that was it for those, which was nice. Nobody's hunting, obviously. None of the stores are getting anything besides the Black Widow wave, which you guys talked about. Video wise this week, and then we'll get into the news. Gastlecast, what videos you post this week?
So what did we do this week? It's hard for me to keep up because we record so much shit. What did we do this week? We did a video
on a trade.
On a trade, but that isn't going up until today.
Oh, okay.
No, the other one we did. I think we did the Red Skull jacket and hat video this week. I think that was one that we did this week, and then we did another one. God, I'm like, I can't remember half.
WonderCon.
Oh yeah. So it's we did a kind of a sort of a bait and switch. The picture says like we had a huge WonderCon, Funko haul, and we literally bought one thing because there was nothing that I wanted that was on the list. I bought the Skeletor Disco soda can.
Nice. Definitely not nice. That sucks.
Yes, but I know. Big time. But I wanted, so the reason why I bought it is because I needed to know what the soda can things are and how I just had to have one in hand. I've never done that before. So I did it for that reason only, because I've talked so much shit about them and how horrible they are. And I actually sort of liked it, but I don't think I'll collect them. They're okay.
All right. Yeah, it's a new thing. Everybody's going a little crazy for it. Larkin, what about you?
Just my podcast. Big episode, 2-hour episode. Somewhat controversial.
Yeah. You put some heat. Oh,
yeah.
Boy, guys, you guys got to check out Larkin's podcast. This shit is crazy. It was lit. We went from, I don't know, devil to superhero. I'm still flocking with my boy Zachary. I flock with him, ride or die with him.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I
think it just sheds light on a story that people were interested in the community. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Mint and Sealed Box. There were some happenings going on with that channel, and I talked to one of the founders just to give a little backstory. But it's a 2-hour episode. We go into some detail, and there were some comments on both sides of the railroad. Some people happy, some people not, but that is what it is,
Yeah, sure.
We'll have to check it out. I didn't I don't know anything about that channel.
No.
But I don't watch as much YouTube as I'd like. I catch some videos here and there from people that I follow. But I do need to do more, and now I have all the time in the world to do all that.
Yeah, true.
Right.
She's stuck inside the house all the time.
Yeah, we are a unique micro community on YouTube. There's, obviously given the larger population, the toy community is very small, but within that community, there's some dedicated and really awesome fans. And, this was a bit of we call it figure beef here in the community, but this was a little bit of figure beef that we just kind of got a little bit of backstory on.
Yeah, it was spiking, baby. We got Juicy, Justin over there still becoming a scam artist. That's basically comes down to, he's backstabbing people, pyramid scheming. King Zachary's all there, cute, by himself, innocent young man. Turns out, might have been the role might have been different. I don't know. You take your take on it. It's like one of those books, you go to page, go to page 17 or 18 or 32. You're like, oh, what page should I go to? And then you get to 32, and now a whole different story comes out. And you might have to go to page 47, or do you go to the next page? I don't know. It's one of those crazy books. I like that part of the story. It has nothing to do with any of that. It actually tells you the truth, but I just like to make up my own story because I flock for my boy.
What about you? What videos you got this week?
Videos for me, unboxing videos. We did our Star Wars. I think we got some Marvel Legends live streams, crazy live streams. We got the mystery box going out later on tonight. I put so much work and effort into it, 3, 6, maybe 9 hours just to get the boxes there. And the last time I did that, they ran out in 54 minutes. So I don't know how big the DBZ community is with me. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep them up for as long as I got them. And there's some grails in there. I got a 50% chance of grabbing some good stuff. But man, that is a grind. That is a grind. But let's get into some news, baby. Let's get into some news. And we're going to start out with some SH FiguArts. And we got a boy. Let me get this camera going. Loki, SH FiguArts, coming out of nowhere. looking fly as could be. Head sculpt, helmet, comes with everything. He literally looks like a 1/6 scale character, the one that they originally released. Comes with so many accessories.
Wow.
And $90 though, October 2020. They get the stuff on the market pretty good. I've seen that they have about maybe 40 or so actual figures out there. So what about you, Larkin? What do you think of them?
I am going to grab this. I'm not a big SH FiguArts or Mafex fan, but this is going to go perfect with my Mezco Ragnarok collection. I know it's not exactly Loki from Ragnarok, but I want to have something to display with my Mezco Ragnarok line. We only got Hela, Hulk, and Thor, so I think this is just going to go in that collection with me.
Wow, that turns out to be actually perfect for anybody who collects, like you said, those Mezcos, because this guy's missing out of that entire line, and he should definitely look good with the Hulk figure. So I was amazed. I thought it was a Hot Toy figure when he first showed it.
Really
what about you guys?
It really does look that way. I dig it a lot. I don't own any FiguArts. I really do like this one. The thing is with Loki, anytime they release him with that helmet with the horns on it, I automatically want to buy it, but I think I'm going to have to fight myself not to buy this. But that's a really neat looking figure.
The helmet looks so well engineered. Like on his head right there, it looks perfect, but it's completely removable. It's like the Magneto with Sideshow, same exact deal. They engineered it in such a way that it looks like a replica prop from a movie. That's how good it fits on his head.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it too. I love that, comes with all these accessories. You could probably use majority of the accessories. Like you could put his helmet under his arm. You got the chains, Tesseract, and you got 2 scepters. Like no company has gave you any of that. Like usually you have to get like the banner to get 1 scepter, or you had to get the OG one from the Hot Toys, and the Tesseract, like you had to buy the new one. So they came with some fire here. If I collected the MCU stuff, I would definitely be all over that for sure. So that was that for SH FiguArts, but we still have a few other things. We have I think it's Spider-Man exclusive. It's going to be from SH FiguArts as well. This is the only 2 things that they had for SH FiguArts, and this is the Spider-Man right here. Boom.
Oh yeah.
He looked actually really good. This is an exclusive. Larkin knows a little bit more about this. Let's tell me about it.
Yeah, web exclusive. And this is from the Spider-Man video game. So that PS4 game came out in like 2018, 2019. It was a really, really popular game, and people are still putting figures out. Hot Toys has a whole line of figures from the game, the Spider-Verse, and this is just another armor that you would get in the game. You unlock different suits. So if you're a fan of the game, you're probably going to want to grab this. I didn't use this particular suit a whole lot. For me, like Hot Toys got the best ones. They got Scarlet Spider. They got the negative suit. They got Spider-Punk. But this looks really good if you're into that suit. It's a really, really cool looking figure.
Gastlecast.
Yeah, I dig the figure too. And it's interesting that they have capitalized on all of the different Spider-Man suits. All these companies are doing this, but I think it's really, really cool because we constantly get the same Spider-Man over and over in multiple ways, and it's cool to get different variations of Spidey, and it makes me excited to see what the next Spider-Man game is going to bring. And I think this isn't the last we're going to see of like multiple Spideys in Funko Pop form, this form, Hot Toys form. I just can't wait to see what happens because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan.
Yeah, it's crazy how we can go from being, we see all those Batmans, we're like, ew, another Batman, different color. You go give us a new Spider-Man, same thing, different color. We're like, yay, this is the great.
Yeah, I think with Iron Man dropping out of the MCU, I think Hot Toys and every other company is going to have to use the multitude of Spider-Man costumes as their new Iron Man. Every time Hot Toys dropped an Iron Man for the past decade, people ate it up, whether it was a die cast or whatever. It was an amazing figure. Now you can sort of do that with Spider-Man. The suits in the game were all amazing, and Hot Toys can keep pumping those figures out regardless of movies, and people will have stuff that, people like you and me, Gastlecast, will all buy that because we're such big fans of the property.
Gastlecast, you have any Hot Toys for Spider-Man or no?
Yeah, so we have Scarlet Spider, Iron Spider, and the re-release of Homecoming Spider-Man.
The far from
Okay.
The far one, yeah.
If Larkin, if they release a Hot Toy figure of it, you picking it up?
Yeah, unfortunately, if Hot Toys has any of the suits from the game, I'm buying them. I've bought all of them so far. They're all right here behind me, but I'm a sucker for those, man. I love any Spider-Man suit that Hot Toys is making. Only ones I haven't got are the quarter scale stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are just like yeah, they look cool. The display stand looks amazing. Did you pick up the Iron Scavenger from Jazz Inc?
No.
You're not on that? The Vulture.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I did not. I know they're doing custom pieces of that.
Jazz Inc.'s making it. You guys don't know Jazz Inc. They're like the best. They also have a update on their bat signal, and their bat signal, no lie, probably just fits into a detail shelf. It is massive. I'm gonna pick it up. People who are into like World War II, they were like suggesting, can we take some of the plates off so you can switch the plates out? If you're in World War II stuff, you want some army thing. It is massive. It rolls. You can literally use it as a light in your room. It's like $250. I am going to get it. Like I have the Hot Toys version. It's like it's like this big. This thing is, I think it's 12 inches. It's massive. It's massive. I highly suggest you guys checking that out. Which was I saw it. I said, can I see next to a fig? And I was like, wow, that's massive. But leading to our next shop here, we got ourselves the Ronald McDonald's Funko Pops. We have heard possibilities of these a few years back where you could get them at GameStop and then they cancel them. All of a sudden, we just get revealed that, hey, here's the back of it. This might be actually coming out. We got Ronald McDonald's, Grimace, Hamburglar, Mayor McCheese, Officer Mac, Fry Guys. Everybody who's trying to get out of the game is getting sucked back in. I don't know if they're going to call them ad icons or what, but these guys have definitely will suck you guys back in. What's your thoughts, Gastlecast? You guys are Funko guys. You guys understand the game.
Well, Heather, I'm going to let you. Do you want to start on this?
Yeah, let's go, girl.
Sure. Well, first of all, who hates McDonald's? Because I mean, it's everywhere. The line is always ridiculous. So, I mean, I think they're awesome. And I personally don't eat there, but as a kid, I did. That was like my favorite place to go. I remember my grandparents taking me. My sister and I would play in the little play place. And I remember the benches with the Ronald McDonald on them. And I remember like they even had movies at one point with all of the characters, commercials and everything. And if you don't like McDonald's, it's still a nostalgia thing.
Yeah. I agree. So this is definitely nostalgia. And when they first released the pictures or the data that they were going to release McDonald's Funko Pops, people literally were barreling to go and put their money down on the figures. They were up, it got to a point of obsessiveness. And then when they canceled them, people lost their friggin' minds that, oh my God, you promised us these McDonald's Pops. Where the hell are they? The fact that they're bringing them back, and I'm pretty sure there are tons of Funko Pop collectors and people who aren't Funko Pop collectors that are super excited about these. Me personally, I could give two shits because I am not a McDonald's fan. I don't care about McDonald's, so they're cool, but I can't see myself buying them.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going after the 80s and 90s kids, just like y'all hit on. These are pure nostalgia. Like, I remember the commercials. I remember going to McDonald's when I was a kid, getting a Happy Meal. So I think if they were really smart, they would make 2 or 3 of these in Happy Meal size, and you could also get Happy Meal versions of these. I think that would be really smart marketing.
Ooh, that is an incredible idea you have there. I'd be interested to know if Funko actually spoke with McDonald's, because I think McDonald's, they do all their dealings with Disney now, because I think all their toys are Disney related stuff, if I remember correctly. But I wonder if they've talked to McDonald's about releasing Funko toys at their stores.
Yeah, I mean, that would be beneficial for both McDonald's and Funko, because Funko Pop collectors, if you don't eat at McDonald's, you're going to be going through that drive-thru and getting a Happy Meal to try to get all the little baby pops.
Let's rewind this. Remember, that McDonald's they hugely capitalized on Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
And they made a lot of money off of their Beanie Babies.
Mhm.
Would Funko and McDonald's make a lot of money off of Funko related products at their stores?
Absolutely.
I would, if they made a chase version of a character or some of these characters and they released smaller versions of them, they would make money hand over fist. People
Think about a 2-inch flocked Grimace that you could only get at Walmart as a chase. How many people would go get Happy Meals just to try to get that flocked Grimace?
They would kill each other for it. Seriously.
Yes. I mean, I got the Avengers. They did a whole run of Avengers toys just like this. How dissimilar is this from a Pop? You change up the head sculpt to have those Pop eyes. And I mean, that's the same thing right there.
Exactly. That's exactly what they were going for. They were marketing off of the back of all these new bobblehead things, or well, not new, but things that people are into.
The craze.
Absolutely.
Man, they definitely, I can see them hopefully not doing like an exclusive version as well. Or if they're going to do exclusive version, sell it only at either a con or at the store. Hopefully it's a actual store release. That'd be amazing. Just to hate when they do more exclusives, like, just doing a little variants. Like we get a flock Grimace all after doing all that crazy hype that you guys were talking about. Like you just went every day for the past 4 weeks because it was supposed to be a new figure every week. And you go out there, get the Grimace, and then the next thing you know, they have a flocked version coming out. They could buy at the con. That would be heartbreaking. And for me, I think maybe instead of making them giving you the pint-sized ones, hell, they want to capitalize on it, make them buy $10 worth of food, and they get the figure with it, as a little bonus. I know a few things like when you buy a video game, you spend a little bit extra more, you get the exclusive package. I don't see them not doing that. They could do that something pretty simple. Problem is, collectors, we're flocking savages. We're like, can you not put my burger on that collectible that I want? And can you get me one in the back that no one touched? And they're going to be like, go flock yourself. I think it's a great concept for them. If they do that, it looks like it might be a regular release, but it'd be pretty cool, pretty fun for, Funko Pop collectors to go out there or collectors in general to go out there and see what these toys are, what these collectibles are, and they get their part of it. It would definitely be a fun, every 2 weeks, every month, like that Monopoly game that they have where you go out there and try to get scratch offs and stuff like that. So it could be you could just talk about this whole thing, the concept for an entire year. They could try it out and make it really fun. But who knows? They might keep it just a regular standard release, and none of that will happen, unfortunately.
I remember my mother. She went to McDonald's all the time just to get all the Beanie Babies because she was a huge fan of Beanie Babies. And it makes me wonder, the same people who are going to McDonald's to buy, whatever their meal is going to be, and they see that there's a possibility to collect a limited edition figure, that will make more Funko fans and Funko collectors. You're building your base. Yeah. I mean, there are McDonald's everywhere. Like that would make Funko so ridiculously
so accessible.
Oh my God. It would just, I can't, I wonder if that conversation actually happened. That'd be interesting to know.
Yeah. You can have the same argument though. Like there's Targets and Walmarts everywhere and they sell Funko Pops, but how many people are actually going to those aisles specifically looking for these things? So it would give Funko more exposure and it would give McDonald's more business because me as a non-Funko collector, if I wanted one of those figures, I would go and get a hamburger. I'd probably throw the burger away, or give it to somebody who wants it, but I'd give them money. And
are you trying to say that McDonald's has poor hamburgers?
I don't like their food. I like their fries.
Yeah, I haven't been to McDonald's in 15 years. Imagine if you eat that McDonald's, I'd probably lose it instantly. Like, oh, there it goes. They're just in and out. In and out.
Yeah, my belly doesn't like that stuff.
Right.
Knock it all you want. I'll take an Egg McMuffin any day of the week, baby.
Egg McMuffins are good.
Yeah.
I do like Egg McMuffin.
That food fills you up for literally 30 minutes. You're like, all right, I'm so full. I'm fucking starving, Where's the rest of it? That's just like crack,
food.
Cletus, more food.
Crack food.
I mean, he's a pro athlete. You gotta stay up on that nutrition,
But if I'm trying to just think financially, I don't want us to be spending $300 a week in McDonald's because I'm never full. Like, come on. And we're in a toilet paper situation right now. I don't want to go there. All right.
You know,
Next pop we got. What do they call this? They were just like that Earth Day release. Heather had a big issue with this one. It was a Flock limited edition, Funko Shop exclusive, Earth Day. I thought it was going to go more with their like geographic ones, their around the world pops, but
yes,
right? It's just for Earth Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this was released from the Funko Shop. Funko is continuing releasing figures like it's nothing, like it's a regular day at their office. It seems that if they're releasing the Funko Shop stuff based off of the non-licensing ones, basically they have it in their warehouse and they can easily get it compared to getting the Marvel stuff or the Star Wars or any other license. They basically have their own, you know, cheap license for these figures. I don't think they have to pay anything on any of these things. I thought it was pretty cool. It's a little flock thing, you know, a little, I don't know. I didn't pick it up. I passed on it. I haven't picked up stuff in the Funko Shop quite a while. Heather, tell us how you feel about it.
Am I allowed to cuss? Because I got a lot
Go
of
ahead, you can cuss.
No, I'm not going to.
All right,
It's
keep it ladylike.
about. But I Funko with the flocking is just out of hand. It's
flocking out of hand.
Yes, it really is. I hate the fact that they are flocking creatures that do not have fur. And Owl has feathers. Put feathers on it or just make it regular vinyl like the rest of your toys. Stop putting flocking on everything. It's ridiculous. I hate it. And I hate it even more because it's adorable and I would love to purchase him, but I won't because it's a bird.
It is flocking adorable for sure.
Yeah.
And you basically want to get the flock out of here with the flock.
I'm sick of it, dude. I'm telling you what.
What about you, Chris?
Last one for me.
It's a cute character that I can see people liking and adding to their ad icon collection or wherever.
Yeah, if they're stupid and like flocked birds.
But I'm with Heather. I think that the flocking thing on certain pops make a lot of sense. So if it's like a tiger or something, okay, flocking, that makes sense.
Or the Bob Ross flocked. That was
Bob
great.
Ross's hair flocked. That, you know, right, that's cool. But I don't know. Like, I don't know if it belongs on this particular figure.
You don't know? No, it does not belong on this figure.
I hear you, but I'm just giving my opinion. Can I have my own opinion, please? Thank you.
No, we all know that it does not belong there.
I just think it's ridiculous. I better agree with Heather. Otherwise, after this podcast, I'll be friggin' dead. But
dead.
He's okay. He's all right. Whatever. He's got a whistle in his hand, and he says, "What does it say? Lend a hand, care for the land."
Oh, I like that.
That's cute.
Owl.
Yeah.
Little woodsy. For me personally, I think if they're going to release a figure like this with no license or whatever, go with the straight up exclusive. Make it the variant right off the bat. Boom. At least if they release this, we don't have to think about getting the possibilities of getting a regular generic one. And, you know, if it's exclusive, it's a limited small number of them. I kind of would be more in for this instead of them giving us one without being flocked and not being like special. Because if all of a sudden, if a flocked version showed up, I probably would be pretty pissed because I'd be like, yo, I flock around. I'm a flocker. Like, I flock. Where all the birds go, I flock together. We flock and go hard on the channel. So I'm all about the flock. I am flock, right? So,
well,
I got your opinion. It's great. Some people probably definitely feel the same way as you guys. And hey, sometimes with the flocking, I just so flocking funny. Just keep saying flocking right now. Like I don't know how many flocks have gone on in the past 5 minutes, but that's a lot of flock.
Yeah, me personally, I couldn't give a flock about this figure, so I'm good.
All right, next up, we got who's this? Maleficent, right? Is that Maleficent? She's massive. She's like a deluxe size. She's not going to be a 6-inch size pop. She's more of, I had a Star Wars pop like this size. One of his ones that he flies in the air wing, I think it was, and that looks pretty cool. I don't know if there's going to be their chase variant or if it's going to be straight up like this. It would look like this would be a Disney box exclusive like they do at Hot Topic for them. And hey, there used to be a Maleficent the Dragon. That thing used to go for like 200 something bucks. I don't know what goes at now, but people were crazy for these at one point. It looks awesome. Funko's literally becoming a piece of art that's going on your desk, and you're getting that all right here. It kind of sucks though if you're a collector for these, because for me, you know, I just got the Maleficent. Yeah, I'm so pumped. And now they release something like this, and you're gonna want this and not have that. So that's my take on that. Larkin, you want to go first, and then Gastlecast next?
Yeah, this is a cool version of the character. I'm a Disney mark, so this type of stuff hits that nostalgia button for me. So I really like this. I don't collect Pops, but if I did, it would probably be the more unique ones like this, where you get the character and then some sort of like diorama style piece, like the Jafar snake with Aladdin, stuff like that.
Yeah. Can you just mention once, like, if this was going to be your first Pop, because we haven't heard that yet this episode. If this would be your first Pop, this would be the first one you'd get.
Yeah. This might be the first one I actually pick up.
He says it every week. Go ahead, Heather.
I like her. I'm not as big into the larger size Pops though. So I probably won't get her because I do have the dragon. I do have the newer dragon that's like breathing the fire from Box Lunch. I have the Glow Chase Maleficent with the flames behind her.
That's a really cool one.
That is a really cool one. But I don't really feel the need for this one, but I think it is awesome. And I really love the little bird.
Yeah, he's a little sneaker up there.
This
Yeah,
might be
he's
the first
cute.
time that her fingernails have been painted. Have you noticed that on other releases?
Good question.
I just noticed that right now. Maybe they're just adding more details.
Maybe.
I did want to add a quick note about the owl we just talked about, though. If they limited that thing to 250 pieces, people would kill each other to get that. And that would be right now Grail territory and everybody's favorite. By the way, I just want to throw that in there. My thought on this thing, I like it. I dig it. And along with Larkin, I like that they added like a little diorama behind it. I think that adds a little pizzazz to it. It looks cooler out of box. I would out of box something like this and display it instead of keeping it inside the box walls. I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. Any of these deluxe size boxes, you want to take them out of the box. They look so much better in boxes, and those other boxes are pretty hard to like rip and tear up. So you can just store them in another room and not have to worry about them. Basically, if you don't own a Maleficent, this is the one to go for.
Yeah.
This is the one you want. Or if you own a regular, just one other one, go for this one. I do want to mention, because I totally forgot about it, the 10-inch Boba Fett showed up in stores this week. And that thing, and the Fortuna, whatever, Pops as well from Target. Those things look legit. I might pick myself up one of them 10-inch Boba Fett's. I love what they did with the old school outfit. I don't need the red and the black. I just like the old school one. If I buy it, I'm throwing away the box. And that's it. So did you guys think about picking it up at all, or any of those?
This would be one that I would pick up for Heather. And then Heather, no, this is one I'd pick up for Heather. Oh, the Boba Fett. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Boba Fett. I thought about getting that one. I'm talking about the Maleficent. The Boba Fett, I almost thought about getting because I really like this. I just like the colors and everything. But I have the black and red one, so I don't think I'm going to grab that one.
Would you swipe that out? Would you want to trade that in?
No, I really like the black and red one. It just looks really, really cool. Because I'm not collecting all of the Boba Fett's, like I'm trying to limit myself, especially on 10 inches. I just really like the way that one looks, particularly the black and red one.
Larkin?
Haven't seen it. Don't know what the Boba Fett looks like, but I like
10-inch tits. Boba Fett, old school outfit. Looks pretty cool. Like I said, it'd be good for just putting outside as some like decorations wherever you live. I'm like, yeah, look, that's my Boba Fett right there. That's my house. Boba Fett, bounty hunter. Basically, same thing with the deluxe. Size is our biggest problem right now. So understand that. Another Funko shop, and one of my favorite lines, their Myths line. We got the Sphinx. I think of Sphinx when I'm doing like my yoga poses. I'm on my thing like this, but they got their own design for it. I don't know if this was like a regular size Funko Pop or deluxe, because it looks pretty big. Do you guys know?
It's a regular size Funko Pop.
Okay. I own majority of them. I was going to try to keep up with the line, but then all of a sudden I kind of like fell out of it because I don't want to spend $23 every week on this. Kind of moved out, and it's crazy because recently, if you guys are new into collecting, we have been waiting for a Myths line to actually get released because there was like this number, like 13 was Bigfoot, and we only got Bigfoot for so long, and then all of a sudden now we're getting all those numbers that we're missing, and I kind of got past it now. So hit it up, girls and boys and children of all ages.
So this particular pop is one that I saw it pop up, and I thought at first, oh, that's neat. And then after looking at it a little bit more, that face, I just can't deal with that face. It just, for some reason, it just does not belong, in my opinion, does not belong on the body that it's on. It just looks so weird to me. I don't know. I love the snake. I love the gold. I love the wings. But something about that face, it just makes me, I don't know, it aggravates me. It just pisses me off. I don't know why.
I agree. She looks like something from like a Saturday morning cartoon or something, but not in the good way.
What are those dolls called? They're called like that horror TV show where one's like a vampire.
Oh gosh, the Vampirina or whatever.
Whatever. That's what that reminds me of. That's what that is. It's like a Disney horror character is what it looks like to me.
For me, it looks like should come right out of Masters of the Universe. It just doesn't look like what it represents. You know, for me, the Sphinx, if they would have leaned more into the Egyptian side of things, I think some iconography on either the gold, like bandolier, whatever that is, if they would have put some of the hieroglyphs or something on there to like scream, this is the Sphinx, but it just doesn't give me that vibe. It looks like a Masters of the Universe character.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
I think that's what it came down to. It's like it's just not what we expect from the Sphinx character. Like you got a little picture on the sticker over here, or whatever it is on the bottom left. I don't know. I think it's you put it on a shelf, people can be like, "Is that to a cartoon or 90s?" You're like, "Nah, that's my Myths line, bro."
Yeah,
we saw that. Diamond Collectibles. Is that what they call it now? Diamond Collectibles. Diamond Series. They glittered up there. Is that what they glitter them? They glitter up the Salt Funko Pop, which is actually a pretty good icon. I think they call these ad icons.
Yeah.
It's actually probably one of the best figures that they actually released because of, we live in a world of the internet, and this is it. Like if I had an office, I'd definitely put this put my Salt up on my desk. I don't think we need to get too much into it, but they diamonded it up, which is pretty cool. They got a Vulpix Funko Pop coming out. The problem is with this, I was gonna leave a comment on their page was, hey, why buy this? I'll just wait for the flocked version, get the pay a little extra bucks. At least I know I'm guaranteed getting something back instead of buying these million pop figures that you guys release and just buy the exclusive, because as of right now they keep you up with the flock game, and that's the way to go with that, unless you haven't picked up any of the flock ones, you go for this. But in my opinion, if you want to make the best bet, go wait it out. You don't have to be the first to the market. Gastlecast, what do you think about the Pokemon series and this Pokemon Pop?
So we're not Pokemon fans here.
We're gonna go, Mike.
We're Pokemon Go fans. Let me just make it clear.
Yeah, we play that every once in a while.
But we're not Pokemon Funko fans so much. I mean, I love the Pikachu. I have the Pikachu, but outside of that, I don't need them because I know once I really start going down that road, I would have to catch them all, and I know that the possibilities are endless with that. I have like 1 to 2 of each of the Pokemons in my Pokemon Go, and I have hundreds of them. So I don't want to wait for them to make hundreds of Pokemon Pops and feel like I need them all. But they're cute. They're adorable.
It looks good. I mean, it looks like Vulpix to me.
Yeah.
And you're right. They're going to make one that's going to be flocked, and they'll make a 10-inch, and then the fans out there who love Pokemon, I mean, they're in heaven, I guess, now, because now they can get all their favorite Pokemon in Funko Pop form. But for me, not so much. It's cute, though. I'll give it that.
Larkin?
Yeah, for me, I don't collect Pops, and I'm not a Pokemon guy, but I grew up on Pokemon, had the cards when I was a kid. So if I was going to get something like this, I would have to get a Vaporeon, a Flareon, and the electric version to like put behind it. So if they made like cool diorama styles like Maleficent with those and their elemental effects, and this was right in front of it, I think that'd be a really cool way to display them. But that's just me as like a collector, not as someone that really goes after Pops.
Yeah, it's tough to get actual decent kind of quality in the Pokemon game. It's either those really cheap ones you see at like a Target, or you got statues. SH FiguArts kind of did something. Nanodroids kind of do something. They don't really release too much stuff. but the next tier is basically these guys. And because of the size of them, they could fit in your collection. If you can get like an actual 1/6 scale Ash, you're right there. But it's crazy because this company literally can just run its whole life based off of just this one series. And they have so many more licenses going on that I don't know, should Funko like just dedicate themselves to one thing or just be wide verse as they are? It's kind of crazy to think how much product this one company can produce, because there's literally 1,000 of Pokemons now that they can do, and every different release style and 2-pack, 3-packs, exclusives. That it almost seems that Funko has too much out there for any collector to be enjoying.
You just gave me an idea, Cletus. Think about a Freddy Funko dressed as a Pokemon trainer. How cool would that be?
Yep, there you go. Fun Days 2021.
Yeah, that'd be a cool pop. Somebody had made mention that they should have made the Funko Pops. As an example, you have what is that? Charmander is the regular sized Funko Pop. Then you have what's the next one? Whatever the next one is.
Charmeleon.
Yeah, Charmeleon
And
should be the
Charizard.
6-inch, and then Charizard would be the 10-inch. And I think that would be the way to go, because that would make sense. Not even just in the sense that it grows, but in the sense that when you're putting them on your shelf, they all kind of go together. It would look cool that way.
Keep them in scale
Absolutely.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see them doing it. If I was going to do it, I keep it the one regular release that they had with the Charmander. We haven't seen any of their evolutions yet, so I would make it probably a little bit bigger, maybe like an inch bigger, and then get that who's it, a Coal Obsidian size one as a Charizard. You know, try to fit them in that box. If they make a 10-inch one, come on. And if they're making a 10-inch Charizard, it makes no sense to put it next to your Squirtle that they already released and the Pikachu and all that stuff. So it's a little bit of a game there. So hey, regular issue ones, I'm good. You people who are buying these 10-inch ones, y'all flocking it up for everybody, y'all. Stop buying 10-inch shit because they keep releasing it. It's just ridiculous. Why they keep releasing it? Because you keep buying the shit. Like, come on, stop doing it. I don't care. It's the way it is. Whew, man. That and what was the other ones? The Chromes, right? You guys sick of the Chromes?
Yeah.
Right? That Chrome life, yo. Chroming up everybody is not the way to go. That was it for what we had on picture wise, but going over to some other stuff, we have Mafex Magneto coming in like a champ, baby. He came out of nowhere. Mafex is basically Marvel Legends on steroids because it's just a high quality piece of plastic. A lot of people complain about them consistently over and over again. I have the Spider-Man version. It's articulated like a motherflocker. And if you had to choose for a Magneto, this looks much better than the one that I got from the Mezco one. And I hated that Mezco one. So, Larkin, you go up first. I know you love these. This is your kind of capital or kind of figure. So,
so I just can't see the price on these. I love the figure. It looks great. It's, I think we're at 20 or 25 year anniversary of Age of Apocalypse. So not only is Marvel Legends hitting that anniversary, Mafex and SH FiguArts are probably going to make some of these anniversary figures as well. And that's exactly what this is. If you're into that storyline, the Age of Apocalypse stuff, then this is going to be the Magneto for you. I am not necessarily the biggest fan. So in the 90s, when they were doing the Age of Apocalypse and all that stuff, Marvel was really at a down period. The stories weren't as good. The art kind of took a little bit of a dip after McFarlane and folks like that left. I know that's really into it. Most people won't analyze it like that. But for me, that's why I'm not as big a fan of this as just like a classic Magneto. But for people that love that storyline, this is the one that they're going to grab.
Yeah, it seems as if, as long as Medicom issues this basically the same time that the Age of Apocalypse Marvel Legend wave is coming out. Yep. It's like, are they working together? Like, it's up in the air right there. Because it makes sense that all of a sudden why they link it up like that.
And they didn't make Magneto in the Age of Apocalypse line, so you're going to need this Magneto. So it does make sense.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But now we're talking about $95 plus tax, $4 shipping or whatever. $95 for a souped up. I still can't find myself to do it. and the prices don't really drop down to like $60 on these guys. It's kind of it's a tough game to play. If I saw it in a comic book shop and I can get it for a decent price, I'll probably go for it. But I don't know, man. It's just, if you don't have the Mezco version, I probably would pick this up. But Gastlecast, you guys said you have the Magneto of the Sideshow?
No, we want to get a Sideshow Magneto. Have you guys purchased these Mayfix figures before? Have you ever actually held one?
I have a Spider-Man, super articulated, comes with a bunch of accessories, but you know, I can see maybe picking this up. I know the Cyclops, people are, 70 decline, like they don't like it, and then 30% people like it. The Wolverine, a lot of people complained about that. They keep reissuing these X-Men figs, but if you're into Marvel Legends or Mezco, it's just, I don't want to spend, I don't know, what is it, $1,000 just to get 10 X-Men figures instead of just spending $100 for 5 or so. So it's
I mean, is that Spider-Man figure you have there? Is it really worth that kind of money, do you think?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Like for instance, $150 more, you get a hot toy.
Exactly.
Exactly. You guys, $125 more. Yeah, but for me to put a Spider-Man in my Marvel Legend wave, it made no sense. So I just picked up the most expensive one I could find so we can go there. I'm an idiot. So
you know what? That's what Heather calls me all the time.
That's great, right? It's actually probably kind at this point because I'd rather be called that. So $95 again, it's crazy what these prices are, and they're not limited or nothing. You can buy them off Amazon. They're not exclusive anywhere. If I pick it up, I'm selling my Magneto to replace it. But I'll wait it out for some reviews. The release date is 2021. And here's a good question for Gastlecast and Larkin, more for Gastlecast. We went from collecting Funko Pops. These things were on the shelf in 3 months. We didn't know, at least I didn't know, getting into Hot Toys after getting that in stock stuff, that I was going to wait around a year or two. How are you guys dealing with that, picking up some other action figures or collectibles that you got to wait, quite a while for these things to get released?
Can I go first?
Of course you can.
Oh, man.
Go ahead.
So I only have one big boy figure, okay? I got the Freddy Krueger Sideshow, and I love it. Chris pre-ordered me that Pennywise hot toy when?
It's been about maybe 3 or 4 months ago.
And when is it due to be here?
2021.
Next year.
Yeah. I don't like it. I want to see it now. But it'll be worth it when it comes in, I think. I hope. I really hope I still like Pennywise in 2021.
I think you will. Why would you think you want it?
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's so far away. It's like, are you even going to want it? Are they going to release like a deluxe version before that one even comes out?
Sure.
And then we regret our purchase?
I understand.
I
don't know. I think that it's exciting to wait for something that long. I have, in fact, my Thanos from from Endgame will be here probably sometime next week or the week after Hot Toys. And it's been worth the wait. And I'm like so amped up to finally get it in hand. I just noticed that the Captain America from Endgame has been pushed back. And although I know it's been pushed back, I know why it's been pushed back due to the pandemic, but I'm still excited for it. And it amps me up even more, hypes me up even more to get my hands on this thing finally, when it finally does release. Funko to me has always been the gateway drug into all this stuff. That's how I've always stated it. And, you can go to the store and pick up your Funko Pops and all, but they also have their release dates. And sometimes Funko Pops take a little while to release and come out as well. So there's always a waiting game on some of this stuff that you really, really want. But to answer the question, do I mind that it takes a while? Hell no, because I know at the very end of the day that I'll be able to have this thing in hand and take some epic photos of it, because that's what I usually do.
Yeah, but don't you get like sick of looking at it, like pictures of it, and then you finally get it in hand and it's like, oh, okay, well, I feel like I already know this figure because I've seen it a million freaking times.
No, because pictures don't do them justice. And for anybody who owns Hot Toys or any of these things, they know that once you see a photo of it, and you're like, oh my God, that looks so amazing, I want it so bad. Once you have it in your hand, it's something completely different. It gives me when I unbox a hot toy, either in a video or not in a video, I have the most ridiculous high off of that, because the smell of it, pulling the figure out, bending it, the arms and the legs for the first time, trying to pose it, is a feeling that I wish I could have every single friggin' day.
You can bend my
5
arms and legs if you need to.
It's like a drug addict sort of thing. It's like an addiction to me now.
Oh,
but I love it.
Yeah, I think once you're used to it, it's not as big a deal. Like I've been, dealing with Mezco and Hot Toys for years now. So when they announced the figure, perfect example, case in point, Miles Morales from Into the Spider-Verse. The movie came out 2 years ago. They just announced the figure for pre-order a couple months ago, and it doesn't even release till late 2021. And it's like the second movie will come out before we get the first figure. Right. That is where I'm like, I get it. I'll buy it. But for marketing purposes, you should probably have the figure out a little bit closer to the release, because some people might not be willing to wait 2 years or 3 years for a figure from a movie that came out, 4 years ago.
Sure. And what's worse is that sometimes they cancel some of this stuff. You see all these cool pictures and you can't wait to get your hands on it, and then it's canceled, and you can't get it, which is also another sucky part to all this stuff. Yeah, like Cletus brought up earlier, Vulture. They showed Vulture at the Comic-Con. It looked amazing. Had the metal wings. Everybody would have bought it. Yep. But manufacturing, it probably didn't make sense for the price they would have had to charge, and they dropped that. And so that's the sort of ballpark you're dealing with. Absolutely.
100%. I'm with you guys on that. Technically, I can't fucking stand waiting all this time for these figures to get released, though. An entire wave of like endgame figs with nothing, like maybe you should speed up 1 or 2. At least I can have one to open every 3 months or something like that. There's no strategy. There's no plan behind it. It's like, hey, we'll get to it. The biggest thing, too, is, you start throwing in delays in there with or without the pandemic. It's just like, come on. John Wick, they don't have a date for that guy coming out yet. And, people buying these things. Full price you pay for, right? I'm pretty sure you pay up front for, if you pay with PayPal, I believe, for the Mezco game. If you get the exclusives, spend $200-something waiting for it. I can't stand the wait game. The wait game gets me so mad that I start collecting everything else, and then I start not collecting Funko Pops. Like, that's how I got out of Funko Pops. I start collecting other shit. Like, all right, I already filled up my collection of what stuff I wanted, and now look at me. I'm a goddamn addict. I'm worse than an addict. I bought a damn Allen Iverson earlier today. 1.6 kilo. He's limited edition, comes with 2 bodies. Come on.
Holy crap.
Interbay, because ridiculous price. It's ridiculous. It's tits because of 2 bodies, comes with it's street gear. I don't know. It was in my mind. So I almost got a few more figures. I'm done. I'm not buying no more stuff. No.
I heard that before.
Yeah. Star Wars Vintage Series. I know not a lot of us are into it. I like to use these kind of guys as focal points on figures that we could possibly get in a Funko Pop, Mezco, Mandalorian, Mafex kind of line, SH FiguArts. They got the K2SO, they got the Power Droid, Clone Commander Wolf, which right now the Black Series figure goes for a crazy amount of money. I'm missing him. I believe he goes for, he doesn't go for retail, not crazy amount. He's not like Cody up there. But this right now is the 3 figures that they revealed. I will not buy these because I'll never enjoy them in their boxes, and I'll never be able to stand them. I don't know if you guys ever picked up like the, what does Funko have? Their 6-point articulation ones or the reaction figures. They're they go right into the bin. Like, all right. Take them out of box, bin. We're going to move on right from there into we'll go backwards. DC, McFarlane, DC Universe, Batman Detective Comics 1000. I really don't get into the McFarlane stuff because the scale, there's nothing for me. I've seen the Johnny Cage that they had for their Mortal Kombat line. I want to pick him up, but he's way too big. He's as big as Goro. Like, come on. Kind of work with us here. But the good thing about these DC things, they release them into, like, you go to Walgreens, you can see DC Collectibles there. You're like, all right, let me look at it, but I'm not going to buy it. Price tag on these, I really don't know. Do you collect anything, Larkin, for DC?
No, I'm not a DC guy. This is 1990. This is the DC version of Marvel Legends now. They got McFarlane doing them, so I think that's a step up from just like the DC multiverse stuff. that McFarlane is carrying all the DC multiverse stuff they're doing now instead of like DC Direct or whatever it was called. But again, I'm not a Batman guy. Excuse me. I don't really know like the Detectives 1000 or whatever the comic, so I don't know what he's based on. But I will say for me, that is my preferred Batman color scheme when he has the light blue, the gray, and the yellow logo. So I do like the look of that, and I think this is a color variant of the first Detectives 1000 that they came out with. So it's a cool colorway, but I'm not going to go out and spend $20 on it.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Best color for me as well. I have one Batman in my collection, the Mezco Soviet Night one. He is awesome. He's awesome. I haven't unboxed it yet, but I picked the same kind of color that you picked as well. Do you guys collect any of these DC kind of action figures?
No, not DC fans at all. This figure is cool though, and I like the color scheme. What's interesting is the torso there. It's weird. The separation there is very strange looking. I mean, I guess he can articulate really well, but it's just kind of a weird look to that particular Batman. It looks like it's supposed to separate or something to me. I do like the little gun that he comes with though, with the grappling hook. That's kind of neat looking. I like the action kind of look to it.
What about you, Heather? Perfect. So the reason I ask them is because I like asking people that know nothing about anything about some kind of figure like this, and you get their real opinion on it. You can see Chris say, what's up with his ab? Like, why does it look like that?
Yeah,
it's supposed to be for articulation, yes, or it's supposed to be for I don't know. It's a tough game because again, $20, you get a full-blown figure that's about 7 inches. You get accessories, you can come with a base. I don't know. I can't compare these to other lines because it just doesn't fit in the collection, because it should be either a $35 premium thing,
right?
Or I don't see where this goes, because you're trying to bring a premium product into the collecting, but it's not premium. It's a $20 piece of plastic.
It looks like a toy, like a Marvel Legends. Like some of the Marvel Legends look like collectibles, like the Build-A-Figure Thanos, the armored Thanos. Certain ones really grab your eye, but for me, most of them and stuff like this looks like a toy that I would give a 12-year-old if they wanted an action figure of Batman. It doesn't look like something I'd put on my shelf and display in, like, for lack of a better term, a grown-up collector's display area.
Right.
And it's a grown-up collector's piece. That's what it seems like. It comes with all those accessories, comes with a base. You ain't got no 12-year-old putting that thing on the base. He's gonna be eating it, chewing on it. I don't know what 12-year-olds do anymore.
I think they're on TikTok.
Yeah, they're TikToking it. So I don't see a 12-year-old or adult would basically be buying this, and it's just you're still living in your parents' basement kind of thing. Like, you haven't seen the night. Like,
come on.
Like, the quarantine's going on, and you have no clue what the hell quarantine is because you haven't left your house in the first place in the past couple of years. So I'm gonna say that's a dud for me, man. And I can't find myself just finding these guys. But Storm Collectibles keeps continuing their wave with their what are these guys from Street Fighter, Fukma. I have no idea how to say this. You know how to say it, Larkin, or no?
Fumukudaro. It's a newer Street Fighter character. It's not like the classic, Street Fighter 1, 2, and 3. This is a newer character that I know nothing about.
Same as me. I know nothing about, but they're continuing their wave. Like, if I was into Street Fighter, I would 100% be on the Storm Collectible game because they continue releasing awesome looking figures. They got them all to scale, basically 1/10. It says 1/12 on the screen, but they're 1/10. And I love them. I got the Mortal Kombat ones, and I will buy every single one that they release. They're cool. They articulate. They come with crazy effects. This comes with $85 price tag for the size, the girth, the accessories, the beautiful paint jobs. I can justify the $85 for them. And if you wait it out a little bit, you get it for a little bit, maybe like 65, 70 if it's not a popular fig. Do you guys collect any of the Storm Collectible stuff or any kind of action figures?
So we do not collect any Storm collectibles. Although when I was at New York Comic Con, I didn't really know much about Storm collectibles until I saw the Mortal Kombat figures, and those look really, really cool. I think they had an exclusive there, if I remember correctly. I remember seeing a lot of people in line, but there was like a reptile or something that looked really neat. I'm not a huge fan of like fighting games like this. I like playing them from time to time, like Mortal Kombat, but I can't see myself buying figures based off of those series personally.
Yeah, and I just seen this photo just now. Like, you're not going to get this kind of effect with any other collectible that I've seen, where you got literally him doing the pose and you got the motion of it. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it looks pretty cool, right? Like, I've never seen that before.
That is actually pretty cool. Storm has the best effects, like their blood effects, the ripping the arms out effects, the head off of. Those are the things that they do better than anybody because no one else is offering that sort of stuff. So it's cool to see those accessories so you can put them in like game specific poses. But outside of that, I don't really have any connection to this character.
Right.
But you know, it is cool for what it is.
Yeah, and if you got to compare this to like the Mayfex before, you know, I would say that $85 I can justify for this with all the accessories and the way they literally put the poses up with using all
More
the
head sculpts, that cool dragon effect. Yeah, I get that.
100%. That's what I'm trying to get at is like, you know, getting the best bang for your buck. Why would you go for that if these guys make some great quality stuff and these guys stand so nicely? Next up, we have Toxic Crusader. I remember something of this guy. Super 7's coming out. I found out recently that Super 7 added another cloak. So they got like a soft good cloak to their Splinter. So you're getting a soft goods and you're getting the regular plastic one that they're going to release. I know that me and Larkin have been talking quite a while about how Super 7, where do we justify that extra $25 compared to NECA? And it seems that they're giving these little deluxe kind of things where you can get 2 characters in one. And I think that's where I finally found it, Larkin. I finally found that $25 that we've been looking for.
Yeah, this is a unique property. If you're a kid of like the late 80s, early 90s, this is for you. There's not a lot of big Toxic Crusader market out there, at least from what I remember. He's a very niche character. But for the fans of the property, the folks that liked the Toxic Crusader, Toxie as he's known, this is what you're looking for. There hasn't been a Toxic Crusader line of toys for 20 years, maybe more. So the fact that they're not only giving you them in Ultimates, but they're giving you a glow-in-the-dark version, tons of accessories, it sort of makes it worth it for that collector that's been waiting literally 20 years plus for a, you know, worth it Toxic Crusader collectible. Are y'all familiar with the property? Do you guys know, Gastlecast?
Yeah, so Toxic, it originally was Toxic Avenger.
Yeah,
made by, I can't remember that company now. The
I think Playmates, the original Ninja Turtles toys maker.
Well, no, I mean the film was made. It was a movie, like a really low end movie company, and there was a guy behind. I can't remember what the company's name is now. I'm trying to look. Oh, so Lloyd Kaufman was behind it. Toxic Avenger was a film, I think, from the 70s, and it's absolutely it's crazy. It's like one of the craziest things I've ever watched. But then they made a cartoon in the 90s that was based off of the Toxic Avenger called the Toxic Crusader, which I'm assuming it has something to do with the word Avenger in it because of Marvel. That's my only guess. But Toxic Crusaders, or maybe that's just a group of heroes. But I remember going to Value City as a kid because my grandparents would go there all the time, and you could find Toxic Crusader characters all the time. And I remember, I think I had a couple of these when I was a kid. They were actually pretty neat figures. I'm surprised to see this. This is something I might actually go after, be honest with you.
Nice. Heather, you didn't play with these guys when you were a kid?
No, I have no idea what that thing is. I was busy with Polly Pockets and Barbie dolls.
Man, it comes with 3 head sculpts, some accessories, and hey, if they can get this mother flocker to light up like a damn Christmas tree at night, I might pick it up. I remember seeing this character somewhere in one of them toy bins, and you know, I see what they're kind of doing. Like this flag could have been a little bit better quality for what they're doing, and then you know you're paying probably just about $45-50. But man, I hope this bad boy lights up like a Christmas tree.
It looks cool. The film company or distributed by Troma. It was Troma Entertainment. I couldn't remember what it was. It's Troma.
Yeah, I just remember just having that figure. Next up, we have Mandalorian Beskar armor. Mayfex comes out of there with some Star Wars stuff out of nowhere. Like usually SH FiguArts hits you, and now Mayfex comes in. You know, we just talked about them. It's probably gonna be like a $90 fig. It was on that little promo that they had coming out soon. They got a child with it. Again, you guys seen the price tags before. I don't know if this is going to be like SH FiguArts, say a price is like $60, $65. Is this thing gonna be worth $90? I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one for all us collectors. Like, I don't think I'll grab it. Comes with a few accessories. They got a show on there. Came out of nowhere. I don't think they have any Star Wars stuff. Lark, you know anything?
No, I'm waiting for the company that makes a interchangeable Beskar armor. So you have the standard release, and then you can actually replace the armor. That will be where I spend my money on a plastic version of the Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
Makes sense. That makes sense. $90. You get to swipe out the damn armor. That's where you can buy the Mayfex version. I can see you do that. Come with 2 head sculpts, swipe them out. Oh, Chris and Heather.
So not particularly this figure. I have the Hot Toys Beskar armor on pre-order now. This one's cool. I mean, if you don't want to spend the $300 or so for the Hot Toys version, this one looks kind of cool to me. Although in the photos it doesn't show how much articulation is in the figure, but and I don't know much about this particular company. Are they known for having a lot of articulation? I think you had a Spider-Man back there, didn't you?
Yeah, they have great articulation. Now you got to think about it in tiers too, though. You know, you can buy the Funko Pop. Obviously, you can buy the Black Series. You know, $20. The SH FiguArts, about 60, and then you got this guy coming in around like $95, and then you got a Hot Toy. Like, do you need this as your 95? Like, I don't think it fits in the $95 price range for me. Unless SH FiguArts doesn't release the Mandalorian Beskar armor, but it's tough. It's tough, you know.
Yeah.
It's a different. It totally changes when you get up to that $95 price range because you're spending $105 on it compared to buying the $60 ones. Like, there's a big difference there. You can compare the Black Series. You can fight yourself back and forth with Black Series or SH FiguArts, but to fight yourself for another $90, you know, you're like, I'm pretty good, bro. I'm pretty good.
Yeah. For me, this is the biggest hole in Mezco's licensing. If Mezco could get a hold of that Star Wars license, and they would fill the gap of what do you buy when you want the high-end action figure, but you don't want the Hot Toys. Mezco would give you probably metal-plated armor that give you the soft goods. They'd give you an actual burlap sack for the child to put. That's where these companies can't really match what Mezco does for the price. So you're sacrificing that quality for an import figure. When if Mezco got this license, oh God, what would we do? We'd be so happy.
I think it would be incredible, but I think there'd be a lot that you'd have to deal with on that end because now, you know, you're not yourself this unique toy company by collectors for collectors. It's no, you can't come up with your own design. This is the Mandalorian. This is how we make it. This is the rules. Guess what? Oh, you got a licensing fee now. The price is going to go up $125 all day, $130 over and over again. I can see it. Would look amazing, like 10 out of 10, off the charts, Mezco style. But I think it'd be selling you. You got to sell yourself. I think they do better with the cheaper license that they have with the comics. What do you think of now?
I mean, if they marketed this at $125. And Mezco made it with a little bit of metal on the armor and soft goods, would you even question the price tag like you're questioning this one?
No, I wouldn't. Absolutely not. I would just know there's this, and then you're like, you know, for $100 more, I can buy a Hot Toy. You're like, oh my God. So I got you on that one. You guys, I heard your take on that, and let's move on to this Groot. It was a reissue. Did you say this was an exclusive or no? This was a Toys R Us exclusive at one point.
Yeah, this is they call them fan channel exclusive. So it's going to be like your online toy stores, your comic book shop. I don't think you'll see these at Walmart and Target and major retailers. Yeah,
for what you get for a $20 Marvel Legend fig, it's, you know, this should have been a $30 price tag, like the Red Hulk, basically. This thing is juicy, it's flocking, ridiculous, it's heavy. If I don't know what to even do, it's not a Build-A-Figure. It is the most ridiculous $20 fig that you can't compare any of the regular release issues to this. It's kind of not fair. It comes with potted Groot, small Groot, off the charts, fan appreciation thing. Did you own this, or were you into these, or no? Larkin.
Me, no. So I don't have the original release. The Guardians of the Galaxy wave is before my time of actually buying Marvel Legends in full waves. So this will be something I'll grab just to have it. But it's one of those things where this could have been justified, like you said, as a $30 figure. You're getting, snap-on legs, so it's going to be twice as big. It's going to be bulky. It's got 2 different versions of Groot. I'm happy that they'll do this at the $20 price point because it feels justified. It's just one of those things where a plastic figure can only go for so much in my mind, but you get enough plastic in this box for $20 that I'll definitely buy it.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden you start thinking to yourself, when you go over to the store, and next thing you know, you pick up some cheap Iron Man figure. Do you justify that purchase to this one? Like, no. For $22 or $20, I just got this great, huge, this thing probably weighed 1.5 pounds out of the box. Now I got this little guy. It's tough because now for me, I would have to be like, come on.
I know you mentioned earlier, Gastlecast, you said you're not super into Marvel Legends. Is this something that you're interested in, or is this a major pass for you?
So this is my buddy actually had this when it originally came out at Toys R Us, and it's a cool figure. I dig it, but I have a Marvel Select Groot, and it's like a comic book version. They released them when the first Guardians of the Galaxy film came out, and they released the entire Guardians of the Galaxy group at Disney Store, and I found them all for $5 a piece. It was epic set like pickup, and I grabbed them all. And the Groot from that particular set, if you go and look it up, that is, in my opinion, the best Groot figure that I think I've ever seen in this particular size.
But he doesn't come with a baby Groot and a kid Groot, and it's so adorable. They're
cool.
This big.
I know they're cool, but I particularly don't. I don't need them. I think they're neat, but I don't know. Not for me.
I want the little ones. Can I buy them separate?
You could probably. More of a set that's called eBay. You got them all out there.
Yeah,
little potted Groot. So that was for Marvel Legends. Nothing big this week. And then moving into the big boys. We'll start out with the regular Scout Trooper first from Hot Toys. Hit everybody by surprise. And I was just like, I thought it was going to be just this Scout Trooper, but there's a deluxe version. But we're going to talk about this guy real quick. 220. Comes out in 21. April 21. He looks off the charts nice. Everybody's been asking for it. I think the price tag's there. This was just a standard release. I'll probably just go right into just the deluxe version because the deluxe version is just so much. It literally is as juicy as it gets when it comes to it.
If they weren't offering the one with the speeder bike, this would be great. It looks awesome. But when you know what you can get for just a couple $100 more, how can you pass this up?
I know.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's so much better with
Oh my God. Does he come with the baby Yoda in the bag?
Yes.
Yes, he does.
Oh,
Yes.
well, I mean, that's worth $200 in itself. Forget the bike.
I was going to say, Hot Toys is being very particular. If you want all the different versions of the child and the Mandalorian, you're going to have to piece together the deluxe, the speeder bike set. And if you do, you're going to have every different version of Baby Yoda that you want, but most of the big characters from the show. So I think they're actually going about these with the Mandalorian stuff the best way that you could ask for as a collector.
It's hardcore too because they didn't give you that backpack and the Yoda to go with their standard version. You got to buy a deluxe version, correct? For that, like to get that particular thing. So they really want you to buy that speeder bike. And then we were talking on the side was we finally got that backpack that can go with our boy IG-11. That backpack was a big thing that was missing from that boy. And I wish they would upgrade that IG-11 to some die cast. And this is by far their best line that they ever released. Each figure has a unique style. They don't look the same. Filling a lot of holes in everybody's collection. And honestly, I was blown away and excited. The price tag for the deluxe, $455. Basically, if you're buying it off here, it's $500, $500. If you want to probably get 2 of them, I don't know if you just get one and not the do you get this and you get the regular Scouter with it, or do you go double banger?
Yeah,
space too.
Me personally, this is one I've been thinking about getting because I really like the speeder bike. I would say that's my favorite mode of transportation in the Star Wars franchise. I just think it's such a cool idea and it's such a cool thing. So this is something I might actually go after. Do I need 2? No, I don't need 2. I think just the one would be enough. Having shelf space for 2 of these things is just, for me personally, is just going to be ridiculous.
Good point.
Hey,
I
it's a
think
home run.
a wonder of their engineering, because look how much, just in this shot right here, look how much taller IG-11 is than those Scout Troopers.
Yeah.
And they engineered the speeder bike to fit both the Troopers and IG-11. So I think that's really, really awesome that they give you that option.
Absolutely.
Right there.
Yeah, look at that shot right there. And they're basically showing you, hey, you're going to need this version for your IG-11. Like,
Yeah.
let's go. They're making it want you to buy 3 of them. So you get 2 Scout Troopers, and you got this guy going on there.
I wonder if they'll release the speeder bike on its own. They could do that by itself for $200, and I think people would buy multiple of those just by themselves.
Absolutely. And I kind of wish you came with another head sculpt for the child, because, you know, if you bought 2 of them, at least you could swipe out the heads so you don't have the same one in there. And he was in the bag, the other one. So I don't know. I think they could have added one extra thing in there, but the price point on these is definitely as cheap as you're going to get them for that deluxe. You're getting a speeder bike for $455, deluxe version, adding it to the IG-11 wave, and mind blown, absolutely mind blown. So
good.
The only thing I don't like about him is his coloring, because he reminds me of the perfect campfire marshmallow, and I'm getting real hungry for one.
He does, actually. Good call, Heather.
Yeah, and they got the nice soft goods on them too, so you can articulate these guys. We all have been dying for some Scouters, and man, good scene.
You know, the bike is going to be articulated too, so there's going to be little flaps and wings and things that you can move and adjust, and foot pedals, and that's where you get the Hot Toys quality. It's going to be the top of the line speeder bike that you can't really get anywhere else. Nobody's offering a perfectly scaled speeder bike, and this is the perfect version.
Look how excited Baby Yoda looks. He is so happy.
He's sick. He was getting punched in the head, and he was just like,
Yeah, he's getting kidnapped. He doesn't know what's up.
I love this. I love everything about it.
Oh, well, I'm putting my order in today. I finally got an okay. You gave me a thumbs up. Thank you.
Oh, no. That was me being Baby Yoda.
Shit.
Yo, he's a stud. He's a stud. Look at that.
Oh, he's so adorable.
I wonder if his arms articulate. Maybe not the same photo. I would hope so. So you could put him like both arms out. Man, he's this is the figure. Like, they're mind blown. I was like, is that real? Is someone punking us? Like, Sideshow has their speeder. It goes for like $325. It's very fragile. Like, you can get frustrated with it, and I hate that experience when unboxing it. I get that a lot with the Sideshow stuff. Unboxing like the Boba Fett I did. It just because it's so fragile, and until you get onto its shelf, it's a pain in the ass, and that's where I lost my hope for Sideshow stuff. But
I kind of don't want to pass this up, because I passed up the Back to the Future DeLorean, and I've kicked myself in the ass ever since, because I think they put the DeLorean up for like $600, and now you have to spend like $1,500 from the second hand sales or whatever. So this is a perfect time. If this is something you think you really want, might as well put down the money and start doing the payment plan, and then you end up getting it. I mean, a lot of people say they can't afford this stuff, but if you set up a payment plan, you get this shit pretty easy.
In 2 years, 2 years after it actually comes out, this will be a $700 or $800 or $1,000 piece very, very easily on the secondhand market. Once it's sold out and people want it, especially if season 2 and 3 are anywhere near as popular as season 1, this will go up in value most likely.
Absolutely.
it's funny too, because if this was like a Marvel release and it was coming out in like 2021, I wouldn't complain at all. Like, this could come out in 2024 and I'd be like, all right. Like, if it was a Marvel release, I'd be like, yeah, I want it now. Like, there's a new movie coming out soon. For this though, it's like a marinating thing. I could wait 4 years for this thing to come out. I'm like, all right, I'm lock loaded, ready to pick one up. Because of two bases too, I see. So it getting a lot of stuff here. And man, I wish the regular version was maybe a little bit different, maybe a different gun or something. But because I want to get two or so. And these guys look so fucking juicy.
Sure.
Oh, looks off the charts. And then the last one that we got for 1/6 stuff was the arms dealer, Ulysses Claw. I love his role in the Black Panther film. It reminds me of myself, kind of character, very sleazy, kind of getting around, well-tailored outfit. This is up $165 though. Full payment. This is off of 1/6 Outfitters. I like them because they ship out of New York and I get the stuff pretty quick. The only problem is the tailoring does not look as tight as I would want. He comes with that crazy arm, as you can see, and then you can swipe it out right at the forearm for a regular basic arm. Has some weapon accessories. Head sculpt, it's a third-party release figure, but
I like
wish
the
they could.
Wakandan artifact. You're not going to get that Wakandan artifact or anything like it from anybody that I've seen. So that's one of the coolest things, because you could put that with your Eric Killmonger figure, and it's going to be the best accessory for that figure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The only thing I see, though, looking at him, his tailoring is off for sure, but look at his upper body. I don't know.
I think it's because the bulk. I was going to say on my podcast, I even mentioned it. The proportions to the chest to the waist are a little bit off, and I think that's why the tailoring looks a little bit funky.
Yeah.
He's just been doing bench pressing. He's been going to the gym, getting that upper body on it. He looks juiced up top, and then he got that, he got a Schwarzenegger up top, and he comes down to a regular human. I don't know. The good thing about these, though, you can actually, I don't know if you can. You got to swipe out the arms on there. It's tough. It's a tough
enough villains. So if you want the villains, you have to go third party. I mean, look at Toys Era and the Cable. I know Cable's not really a villain, but they make the character gaps that Hot Toys won't touch. So I think this is a perfect opportunity to fill out your Black Panther line.
Yeah, but can you justify the price tag on it? I think maybe 125 for this, for what you're getting. For me at least. Cable, I spent nearly $400 on that thing, and it was well worth it. I was like, yo, this thing is flocking lit, except the deluxe version was trash, but hey, it was lit. I liked it. I don't know. 165 is not there. The problem with these two is, if you guys don't know about the customs, is once these things sell out, they are so flocking hard to get. Once they sell out, so you got to actually pre-order them pretty early, and I don't see myself doing that. So we'll see what's going on, because you can see a review, and next thing you know, it's already sold out, and you're like, oh, I suck. So, but we're gonna leave that there. That's gonna be it for the news. Now let's talk about the Gastlecast. Let's talk about that channel a little bit. You guys started a channel a couple of years ago. You got into the pops. We heard all that. Coming up this week, what videos do you guys have coming up this week?
Oh, I am thrilled about this week. Sorry, Chris, I interrupted you.
No, you didn't interrupt me. Go ahead.
Much like you do to me every day on our videos. But today I got my Walking Dead supply drop order, and I don't know if you guys know what that is or not, but it is a subscription box for the Walking Dead stuff. And man, they reeled you in that first one, because they said, oh, well, a Funko Pop's going to come in this box. This is the first Walking Dead supply drop box. You're going to get a Funko Pop. It's going to be amazing. And it was amazing. We got the Shiva Pop. It's a tiger. It's really, really cool. And a bunch of cool Walking Dead paraphernalia in with it. And then the boxes after that sucked. They were so bad. I mean, we got a little RV that you can't do anything with. It came with these accessories, but it's still in the box. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with it, because it's stupid. We got these little pieces of wrapping paper, and they're maybe like this big of a piece of wrapping
enough
paper.
To wrap a Funko Pop, maybe
maybe not. I don't know. They're itty bitty pieces of wrapping paper for one of the the Christmas sort of box, and just a bunch of goofy stuff. But now they started putting in Funko Pops again, because I think they realized that they sort of screwed up and had really weird, stupid collectibles. And I'm pretty excited about it. I do know the figure that we're getting in this box. I'm excited for it, but I have no idea what else is coming in the box, so it's going to be completely blind other than that Funko Pop. And I really love those videos, because you get a real raw reaction, because I never spoil myself with those boxes. But other than that, what else?
We have a Hot Toys pose off. Heather and I selected a hot toy from our collection.
Oh, you didn't post that or post
no,
that
one's
yet.
coming up. So
nice.
we did one Hot Toys pose off. We both did a Spider-Man, and we had a really, really good time doing it. Heather had never posed a hot toy before ever, so it was her first time, and we had fun doing that. So we did a second one as a follow-up, so that'll be released this week. We have a video that's going to release today that's about a trade that we made, Funko Pop trade, and then, of course, the video Heather was telling you about the Walking Dead box. Additionally, we just hit 2K, so we had a big 2K video that we did. It was a live. We had a lot of fun. We had Jetta was on there, Jetta Patrol. We had our good pal Jason Swoboda was on there. Wes Howard from Popping Off Toys. He's a great guy.
Michael Petrino was there.
Good pal Michael Petrino. Anyway,
and
we had all
Shoki
these
reviews.
We had a lot of friends on there, had a good time with that. And then after that, we had another live where we talked about some pins that the Gastlecast will be releasing very soon. So we're going to get into a small pin line. We're going to see how that does, and hopefully people will be into it. So we're really excited. That's our most exciting stuff coming up. And the very last thing that I can't really talk about, but just keep a lookout for the Gastlecast on Instagram at Gastlecast. We have a really big interview series coming up. We're interviewing somebody that, if you love the vinyl toy community, we have somebody that's big in the vinyl toy community who's going to come on with us live for a live interview, and I can't wait.
Nice. That's awesome. That sounds great. You guys do great live streams. You guys are sitting there back and forth with each other. Heather, I don't know why you have the most gassiest body in the entire world. It's just ridiculous. I just don't get it anymore. And
have you ever heard it on a live stream? We talk about it, but you never hear it. You always hear burping, though.
Listen, the other night, I might have took an edible during my live stream. I sat down and your live stream popped up, and I was like, what the flock is going on? I'm like, is this real? Is this real? Is this really going to happen right now? This is crazy. This is just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. And I woke up and it was true. It was real. I was really watching it. I looked at my history and you were there. Ah, man. But I got to give a tip to you, Chris, afterwards. But more about my toys. Actually, one more question. How often do you guys post videos? Do you have a plan? Do you guys try to do every day, every other day? Do you guys have days that you do live streams?
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday are our videos. So 3 videos a week. Live stream Sunday and Wednesday.
Sunday and
Wednesday. So that's pretty much, if you're looking for a video or looking for a live, that's what you're looking for. Typically, our videos are posted around 8 p.m. on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And typically our lives are between 7 and 9, just depending on Sunday and Wednesday.
More about my toys. How you doing, my man?
Same video I was working on last week. I thought my Mezco history would come out last week, but there's just a lot of research that I got to do. It's finding good pictures or videos of the figures. So my Mezco history of 2017 figure releases should come out this week. Don't hold me to that. My podcast, the podcast interviewed, like you guys, sort of a bigger player in the space of 1/6 scale collectibles. Last week I had Justin's collection on, the episode we kind of talked about. I really enjoyed doing interviews. That's my first interview. I'm only 10 episodes deep. I just started a podcast 2-3 months ago. So I do every Wednesday. I'm going to start interviewing folks in the toy community. So the first one with Justin is a little bit controversial, just like the subject matter. So I think I want to move away from the figure beef stuff and just have general collector interviews. I'm going to hold you to this because we're on film. Maybe Cletus comes on soon. We can have that conversation because I think it's awesome to see the different perspectives of how the collecting community is around the country and around the world. So Cletus is East Coast. He gets different Marvel Legends than I get at my Walgreens and my Targets. I think that's one of the coolest things is to see how they're able to attack their territory as opposed to how I do mine.
Yeah, I'm definitely on it. So listening to your interview with Justin, I thought you were one of the best interviewers I've seen in any toy community, if anything, as asking questions, getting to know something, knowing a story. Me, I would have went in there and be like, yo, let's dig in right into the bill shit right away. Nope, you let up from the beginning of time, held yourself back, even though you wanted to jump into it, and you just slowly just keep grinding it out to where at one point in the episode, you guys are like, oh, there's probably no one listening right now. They're like, no. This is where it's getting flocking juicy. You
gotta build the storyline, build that narrative.
It was a beautiful, one of the best podcasts I've ever listened to for somebody who went out there and literally, just shooting the shit, but did not dig right into it. And boom, just took your time and just got to know Justin. Thought he was a great guy. Got to hear his backstory. Got to hear everything leading up to it. He sounds like he tells you how it is, the truth in it. And he looked very honest to it. I was like, wow, that man put in some work.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think that'll be the direction my podcast goes, is at least every other week try to have a guest on, just to get, for example, Gastlecast. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to ask you if you guys would ever want to come on and talk Funko, because I never have Funko stuff on my podcast. I think it'd be cool to get that perspective of how you guys got into collecting, what you collect, and maybe get into more of the personal side of it as opposed to just what's released, what you got, and what videos you got coming out.
Sure, yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
Definitely,
we'd love
anytime.
to do that.
You just and let us know, and we'll be there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Sure,
He
that sounds
kills
great.
it. Anybody you want me to get you, I'll get you. We get you someone every other week, easily.
I'm in.
We got you, man. Like I said, I've really enjoyed it, and the time and effort that you put into it was amazing. It was probably my best episode that I listened to. I love listening to the podcast when I'm home because then I can go do collectible shit. Displaying, moving boxes, setting boxes.
Play, you don't have to watch it. There's no visuals. It's just, it's for the audio. So yeah, put on the background, let it run.
Yeah, I love it. I'll hopefully get some more out of there. It's so much involved. Next thing you know, I can get you in with the Hobby DB. I can get you with Volta Vinyl. I get you these guys that own these companies. I've done interviews with them before, and they all want to do the same thing: spread their whatever product or whatever business they got. And it's nice, we all come here for collectibles to get away from that real world that we kind of live in. And it's for me, it's like a daily, like I need this collectible game because over here it's flocking crazy. Imagine fighting people for a living and worrying about the most craziest shit. So I love the collectible stuff, but it sucks sometimes. I know where King Zachary is out right now. He's in the collectible game and he's not, his enjoyment is taken away from him right now. And I kind of feel for him on that because this one place that you go to now is toxic because of some things that you might have done, some things other people have done to where it's not enjoyable. And it sucks. It sucks for people like that. So hopefully gets up and get out of there again. I know he's live streaming. The live streaming for me is always fun. I got these mystery boxes, flocking mystery boxes. Took me hours to get. Going live tonight with them. Maybe not post this video before or after. I usually do it the next day. And videos coming up. I got so many gifts from you guys for trades, from selling or trading those Magic figures, and you guys again talked about it earlier, sending me stuff in. And I got so many crazy unboxing videos. I have not lived up to my word. I'm a complete liar. I've not gone back and uploaded any of my older footage that I promised you because this is the way it is. I keep bringing more product in. I'm not doing it because we're in a pandemic. This is how I normally live my life. Like there's nothing different. There's nothing different. It's nothing different. It's enjoyable. It's crazy. I got into my next episode for the TMNT IDW collection, Wave 2. Yes, there's toilet paper in it. I know it's valuable, but I was in the bathroom reading it before my phone was dead. But it's been it's fun. Gastlecast has a great Facebook group, correct?
We do. It's called Gastlecast We Hunt Together because that's our motto. We hunt together. So go and check us out on Facebook. It's an awesome group full of awesome people doing awesome things.
Yeah.
I have a good question. What's the origin to that name? That's a really unique name, man. What's the origin of Gastlecast?
Gast is our last name. And a buddy of ours came over when we bought this is our newer house. We've had this house for maybe 2 or 3 years now. And he came over and he goes, we should nickname this place the Gastle because it's like castle, but with a G on the front of it. And I was like, oh, that's really funny. So
it's really small, so don't let
it's like a small house. I think that was the joke. But we started a podcast called the Gastlecast, and then it has turned now into a collector YouTube channel and page.
Awesome. That's really cool. That's awesome that you guys are able to do it together. I think it's a really unique aspect of collecting when you can share it with your partner. My wife is not into toys and collecting. And that's the one part of things where if we could go out and do a toy hunt together and her not look at me like I'm crazy for running through Walmart Marvel Legends like they're crack cocaine, that would be really cool. But, it's just an aspect of collecting that I don't necessarily get to share in. So seeing you guys and y'all's camaraderie, that's really, really awesome that you get to share that hobby.
Thank you.
It was slow for me, but once I have a pretty flexible job, so I would go into work later in the day. So if there was a Funko release, I would be the one to go out and get whatever he was looking for, and I felt stupid doing it because I didn't know what the hell I was looking for. once I started actually like finding out that it was fun to hunt for things and get what you're looking for, I was like, you know what, this is pretty cool. So I'm
That's badass. That's really cool.
yeah, he didn't have to force me in it, thank goodness, because I wouldn't be here if he did.
Right.
You get that special high looking for that thing, like whatever it is. Like
It's awesome.
for Larkin, you know, he's running through Walmart, not buying the new wave. He's trying to go find these guys for $5. He's trying to find the $5 holla special.
That's
With his
awesome.
wife, like, why you look like a crackhead? They're $5 crackheads right now. Like, I'm right over there trying to get him. Like, we're all just trying to get that $5 holla. You guys see my Marvel Legend hunt video. I was going all over the place. I went everywhere in the worst time ever to pick up Marvel Legends for $10 holla, but you get them for $5, and you know that's what gets us.
Dude, I actually recent purchase the Walmart exclusive Captain Marvel, $250. They still had them on the shelves.
Wow.
$250. $250, motherfuckers. That's
on.
what gets us going.
I'm buying 5 of them.
Especially if you're not first to the market. You're like, yeah, I waited out. Look, I got this $250. $250, bro.
Awesome.
How do you do it? How do they do it? It's amazing.
Yeah, they're kicking balls on that. I mean, I don't know how they justify it, but clearance that shit all day, and I'm gonna buy every one that you got.
Amen. And I can see someone actually mentioned in the comment section says because they sell so many of them, they can then justify it by dropping it down to $250 and then $5 at the other spot, which is whatever. Like, all right, I got you, bro. Thanks for clearing that up for me. But this was episode 7. It was pretty awesome. I enjoyed it. Gastlecast, what's your biggest grind right now with YouTube? Like, I know you guys are trying to post videos. Like, you just what like gets you like want to continue to upload, but at the same time you're like, just gets to you.
So it's frustrating because we've been doing this since 2017, I guess. So we started like in August of 2017. And it's frustrating because the algorithms change and you're trying to keep up with that. And we're the type that we don't do a bunch of like mystery boxes and shit like that. I want to do stuff that I'm personally interested in. And when you're doing things that you're personally interested in, not everybody's going to be interested in that. So it's a weird thing. Like sometimes we have to go over the clickbait stuff. And I really hate doing that because I feel like I don't know. I don't like to fool people, but I'll be honest with you. It's very frustrating watching these newer channels pop up, and we've been around for quite a while. These new channels pop up and like instantly they're like, 1,500, 2,000 subscribers. And we've been doing this for years and we just hit 2,000 subscribers. So I don't know. It's tough. It definitely grinds my gears, but I enjoy doing it so much. And we have such a cult following of awesome people that it makes me quickly forget that. I love doing what we do, and I can't imagine not doing what we do because it helps me. It helps my health. It helps me from not stressing out so much, especially during this pandemic. I put myself in front of the computer, I edit, and I feel like I'm in my own world, and that's worth more money, more subscribers, more views. That's worth it to me.
I asked that because when I watched your last live stream, what I liked about your thing at first, you were like, hey, I'm trying to treat this like a small business. I was like, that's interesting way to approach YouTube as a small business. But then I'm sitting there stoned out of my ass, and you're sitting there, you're trying to become like a salesman, right? You're trying to become like this salesman, this guy that tries to sell you, come be a subscriber, come, this is what we have. And that for me was like kind of like a turn away. But then hearing you talk about it, how you just did, is where your real passion is, and that's where you keep doing it.
Right.
So maybe I gotta say, keep going with that kind of concept, because I know how it feels. You want to get people to subscribe, people to come just view your stuff, see what you guys are all about. As long as you got Heather in there complaining about how much fucking money you spending on shit, these
Right.
people are gonna come eventually, and you got to find that little rhythm. For me, I tell everybody, the way I got 10,000 subs was I'll post a video every single day based off of Funko Pops, and just took the algorithm basically off of Top Pops. We post a video every single day. Eventually they will come. And everybody knows the YouTube grind is for real. Like, people think you make money on YouTube. Oh, he's out here, he's hunting. I had like $285 last month. I posted a video every single day. I unboxed the most amazing figures you can find from the Enter Bays, Marvel Legends, every day, hunting, grinding, editing, hours and hours and hours. The real passion's not really there for the income, but it's creating content. You guys get to be together, correct? You know, that's another special thing you guys get to have. And
Absolutely.
being able to see something like, for me, many of you guys, you know, like this is our baby. Like this is my little baby. My YouTube channel is my baby. I've been growing with it, grinding with it. And then when I see other channels that go jump up really fast, you know, they kind of get stale, they kind of get bought out, and then they just don't exist anymore because it's just not worth them. Good example is that our boy Josh Pench, love him, sub to him on Twitch, you know, big time guy, but he got up to like 20 subs, 20,000 subs or whatever. And, you know, kind of got burnt out, kind of didn't even want to collect collectibles anymore. And he says it himself sometimes. You know.
Toys, he doesn't even collect really anymore. So I completely agree with you. I think it's about the passion. So for me, I don't think I fit into that category of channels that you guys are annoyed with, but I started about a year after you in October of 2018. I just passed 3,000 subscribers. So I'm on this very slow grind like you guys.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Instead of a salesman, I honestly sometimes feel like I'm whoring my videos out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
please watch. Give me 5 minutes of your time. Just whatever it takes. Give me a sub. And so a lot of times I feel like, why would people just watch a video on toys and collectibles? But I watch that stuff on YouTube, and that's why I started making is just because, again, my wife and I don't want to share this passion. I just want to talk about it with somebody because I talk to her all day about it, and she shuts me out. So I can do this now. I enjoy it. Like you, I get into the editing bay, and I'm like, this is me, and it's sort of an art form. I'm learning how to use tools and create this thing where I took an hour of raw footage, I cut it down, I put some backtrack to it, I edited it up, and now I have a really solid 5 to 10 minute piece of art that I can feel proud of. And I put it on the internet and it just kind of goes where it wants to. But for me, that's what I get out of it. It's more for me than it is the viewers.
Absolutely.
And over the course of a year and a half, I have gotten a little bit of viewership, but it's just like, if I didn't enjoy this as much as I did, there's no way I'm at like 350 videos in a year and a half. Like that's almost a video a day for a lot of the time. I wouldn't do that if I didn't love it. And I think that's where you guys have sort of found that passion. It sounds like making this stuff and connecting with the fans. That's more important than any monetary gain you could maybe get from the YouTube channel.
Right. And we've never had any monetary gain, quite frankly. I mean, there have been people who give us money during lives and stuff, which we don't ask for. I'm not looking for that. But the other night I might have sounded like a salesman, which I wasn't trying to sound like a salesman, but we have these pins that are coming. And the reason why we're doing it isn't because it wasn't my idea. People were asking for Gastlecast shirts. They were asking for hats. They were asking for pins. And a lot of people have come to me and asked me for this stuff. So Heather started making shirts basically out of our basement. She has a Cricut machine. So she started making shirts and people were buying them. And then we became friends with a guy who's local, who's a pin manufacturer. And he actually reached out to us and he's like, hey, I heard people were asking about pins. We can make it happen. Send me your artwork. I did. And now we have a line of pins that are coming out. So that's something. In fact, one of the symbols, it's our symbol of our faces. If I know Cletus has seen it, but I don't know if you have before, Larkin, but it's like a silhouette of Heather and I's face. So that's one pin that we're going to release. The other one actually is something completely entirely different. It's a character called Ghastly that I drew and colored it and a whole bunch of other stuff. And my dream was to make it into an actual vinyl toy of my own. And right now we're starting at a pin phase. The guy who's making the pins for me tells me that he can figure out this way to make the vinyl toy. So I'm actually going, that's actually an offshoot of my dream. I really want a YouTube channel to be successful. But my other side of it is I really want to have my own character in my hand. And I think that would be really cool, but I'm still working to get there. It's a long road, but it's
cool. I'm going to check out your channel and I'm going to become familiar with Ghastly.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. We'll check you out too, of course.
I subbed to him.
That's right. Heather was watching you earlier, by the way.
Thank you. That's awesome. That means a lot. That's really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. So we're going to finish this up. Episode 7. Go check out these guys. I'm going to leave the link in the description below, and I'll leave it in the comment section. You got nothing to lose. Just hit the subscribe button. How many people actually unsubscribe to somebody? It's like barely ever that you unclick and unsubscribe. Like you gotta like really just be like, yeah, I'm sick of this guy's stuff.
This is the real YouTuber right here. We're getting the knowledge from the guy who knows right here.
That's right.
Yo, I ain't unsubscribed. Like I don't know how many people I've never unsubscribed to. There's probably like 5. I'm banned and blocked different. See you guys in the next one. Let me know what you guys thoughts. Boom. Let's end this correctly. Boom. Oh, we got it. We got it.